Hello everyone, I'm your host Boss Zombie. Welcome back to Cyber Sleuth. Let's see what all the goings on is. I figured out a little of Three-Legged Matthew's backstory, so get this. 30 years ago, there was this popular Anita doll whose clothes you could swap out. Matthew was another doll who was her ex-boyfriend. Originally, he was described as being her fiancé, but another male doll that showed up later, Lance, a diplomat, became popular. At some point, Lance and Anita got hitched, and Matthew was relegated to the ex-boyfriend position. Oh, because he's a third leg or a third wheel. Okay. Oh. It turns out there's an epilogue of sorts to Matthew's story. After he lost Anita to Lance, Matthew went insane and attacked Lance, chopping his body up and sending the pieces to Anita. But things didn't go entirely according to plan when he tried to send the final piece to her, a single leg. Because it turned out Anita was putting Lance's body back together using forbidden dark magic. What Matthew didn't respond to was attach that final leg to his own body, ostensibly in an effort to ensure Lance could never be revived. Ever since, he's apparently been walking around with much difficulty on his three legs, roaming about here and there. Forever searching for memories of the good old days he and Anita once had. Okay, that's a little weird. It's a doll. Oh! I forgot I got that. Oh, more? Okay. You know, I think Manaka and Kenji make a cute pair, don't you? Oh, but don't tell him I said that, okay? The kind of Broadway at night feels really creepy. I mean, during the day, there are some floors I don't like visiting, but this is something else. Nothing really out of the ordinary here. Alright, then on to the second floor. Now turn our attention to Katakata. Well, time's a wasting. Off we go. Manaka's such a fraidy cat, but she still loves it when Kenji talks about occult stories all passionately and stuff. I don't think anybody could go up against a spirit that could go 150 kilometers per hour would have any hope of escaping. If you bump into it, it's game over. What is Katakata? From what I can tell, Katakata is derived from the famous Teke Teke legend. Teke Teke is an apparition who lost her feet in a train accident. She can travel up to 150 kilometers per hour with just her arms, laughing as she pursues people. That's fucking creepy. Katakata is therefore an altered form Teke Teke came to adopt after many years. The name Teke Teke supposedly comes from the sound she makes when she moves with her arms. So where does Katakata come from? Nothing to report here either. Let's make our way up to the third floor. Is that the... Oh, we'll run it. What do we run up here, I wonder? Is that... Oh, only one way to find out. Let's split up and get to work, everyone. Is Teke Teke the one... There's one of the monsters from Dread Out. It, like, runs through the halls. Like, on the... Well, no, that thing had legs, so it couldn't be that. You seem totally bored, Lily. You're not just spouting... You're just spouting weird stuff now. Hey, Manaka, how are things going with you and Kenji? How far have you two progressed? Tell me, tell me. What better time is there to talk about love than the middle of the night? Okay. There's two things happening here. The actual thing this mission's of, and that. If you happen to meet Katakata, she'll ask, need your legs? And if you don't give her the right response, she'll run off with yours. What's the right response? It's, I'm using them right now. She's surprisingly cooperative, it turns out. Hey, I think I figured out why she's called Katakata. Katakata originally lost her legs after falling onto train tracks in Hokkaido, so maybe her name comes from the sound teeth make when chattering. Why isn't there anything special happening tonight? We've got one more floor to go. Surely there's something to find up on the fourth floor. Come on, let's head for the elevator. Alright, come to us, O Reaper Elevator. Make thyself known before us. It's past 2 a.m. now. Why? Why isn't anything showing up? I called out to it and everything, but there's no sign of it appearing at all. This sucks. I hate it. I just want to see the Grim Reaper at least once in my life. Is that too much to ask? May, it's okay. There's still hope. Just keep it together. Wow, I never took her to be the type to throw a tantrum when things go poorly. May, we're getting worried about you. Why don't you take a little break at K Cafe? When we met up earlier yesterday afternoon, the owner said it would be fine to use it as a break room, so it shouldn't be locked. She's not going to listen to reason. I'm in favor of it. I'm beat. I could use a rest after all that investigating. We can't. There's still Kotsu to check. We have to check everything again, top to bottom. There has to be something here. I just know it. Alright, we get it. Let's just go inside K Cafe for a bit so we can reassess the situation. Sound good to you? There's nothing here. No ghosts, no spirits, nothing. Nothing. Oh, cheer up. Since when does the good stuff ever happen on the first day you do this sort of work? I just want to see Matthew, Kata, the Reaper Elevator, and Master Tip Tap. It's okay, May, really. I'm sure something will come along soon. Really? You sure? Yep. What's wrong? Don't you guys hear it? You're right. Is that the elevator? Maybe it's Kyoko? But she's not the only resident here. Who could it be? Wait, maybe it's a cop? That sound just now. Did the elevator just arrive on this floor? They must have. It's the Reaper elevator. It came. I knew it was real all along. Tip tap, tip tap. Oh my god, that sound. Is that Master Tip Tap? Kata. But now it's a different sound. Don't tell me it's... Yeah. Ah! Wait, was that somebody's voice? What's going on? What are you kids doing in here? We asked you the same question. Why are you here so late? Late? Missy, it's morning already. I always come around here to relax around this time. Huh? But it's not even 4 yet. Well, actually, it makes sense. My grandpa tends to get up really early, too. Oh, I get it now. That's why the K Cafe owner had this place unlocked, and so this guy can use it. Hey, zombie, what's wrong? Wait, am I seeing what I think I am? Is that a third leg? What are you blathering about now, Kata? Those dentures, are they making the chattering noise because they're misaligned? You also came up from the elevator, which would make you the Reaper? Hey, who are you calling a Reaper? The tapping sound must have come from... No, you mean to tell me that this old guy is the one behind all the local urban legends here? You have to be kidding. Oh. May's mournful cries could be heard all throughout the building that night. Weird. So it looks like you guys came through and solved all the mysteries. I couldn't have asked for a better end result than what you found out. What's so good about it? It was all just because that old guy takes early morning walks. Perhaps, but as they say, truth is stranger than fiction. Get real here. Who could have ever seen any of this coming? Let me ask you something. While you were out running around solving mysteries, what were you picturing inside your head? Did you see things in pitch dark? Did you hear things in deafening silence? Personally, in my opinion, I'd say such strong human imaginations are key to engaging in supernatural research. I feel like I kind of get it, but I don't at the same time. Those are just my own thoughts on the matter. Don't read too deeply into them. Hopefully, having reached the conclusion that you guys have, it's giving you some things to think about individually. Now, as promised, I believe I have my files to hand off as your reward. Those won't be necessary. We'll solve those other mysteries ourselves through our own efforts. Our own efforts and our boundless passion and imagination. Ooh, that's a fantastic attitude to have. Wow, Kenji, that's actually kind of cool you to say that. Perhaps I was out of line then. If you insist that much, then I won't worry about... Oh, we'll still gladly take them off your hands, Detective. What are you saying, May? Haven't been paying attention to any attention to what's going on? So, do you mean to tell me you're not even a little interested in what's inside those files? Really, Monaka? Well, maybe just a little. If you aren't, then I'll just go ahead and read them by myself. Hey, that's no fair. And here I was thinking I was acting cool for once, too. Oh, Kenji, you did great. Don't let this get you down. Just try harder next time. I'm gonna take off now. Catch you two later. Looks like it's just the two of us again, zombie. I didn't expect them to run off with only one of my files. Either way, we can now report back to the other tenants that those issues have been taken care of. Hopefully that'll improve our standing a little. Those occult club kids are something, though. They're growing up so fast. Maybe one of these days they'll start to be friendly rivals of yours. That'd be fun, right? What makes me drag my old bones out here every morning, I wonder? This place feels real nostalgic to me for some reason, but I can't pinpoint the reason why. What the? Miko? Who's Miko? Okay. Wait, what am I supposed to be doing now? Pete in a while. Well, he was just at the cafe, right? The cafe. No? Where is Pete? Pete, are you... Oh, okay, that was lucky. Oh, it's you, huh? Do you know what I am? Because I don't. I don't feel anything at all. Not a thing. What happened to Pete? What happened? What? Pete disappeared in front of you? Just come back here for now. A new case just came in. It's cause for concern. It could be related to what you just witnessed. Is Pete finally going to digivolve from not in training? Can he become something a little stronger? Or more grown up? I'm looking for so long, my Miko, my poor cat. Oh, is this the old guy? Oh, memory up. I will gladly investigate. This is a 5-star or 4-star mission? This case comes in from Old Man Mitsujima. You might remember him as the one behind those 4 urban legends you recently investigated with the occult club members. It well and truly is a small world out there, even when it feels bigger than ever in some ways. Anyway, he's tasked us with tracking down his cat. Frankly, during times like this, there's something to be said for a down-to-earth gig like this one. Mitsujima said he's waiting for you at the K Cafe, although he didn't actually state when. It wouldn't hurt to go on ahead and check things out at the cafe, so we'll go do that. Wait, is Pete his cat? Is Pete Miko? Because Pete didn't have a name before he was Pete. Feels like it stopped. I wonder if it was an earthquake. An earthquake? No, I didn't feel anything of the sort. So Old Man Mitsujima is not there right now. Alright. You really met him there early in the morning, right? Might as well come back around the same time and see if he shows up. The next day, early morning. So is there something more than meets the eye with Pete? Or Miko? Or whatever his name? Oh, hello. Oh, it's you again. I've been waiting, you know. You stopped by yesterday afternoon but couldn't find me? You must have had a bad timing, kid. I've been waiting here forever for you. What's done is done. Let's just let bygones be bygones and start searching now. My Miko, you see, he's inside this wall here. Are you at the K Cafe right now? I'm picking up readings of really strong digital wave vibrations coming from the 4th floor. It's a really huge current coursing through there. My money's on that old time capsule being the cause of them. What's that? An earthquake? No, I can confirm it's definitely not. There's no movement here on the 1st floor. You're just sensing the intense digital wave. I don't want to know. It's better not knowing. Things are fine just as they are now. It's better if they don't change. Please stop. Don't wake me up from this. It's Miko. No, I'm Pete. Whatever you are, Miko, just come back to me. No, I can't. That's too much to ask of me. I'm not. Zombie, please, leave me alone. Let things stay just the way they are. I'm sorry, Miko. I'm sorry. Did I finally get through to you again? The vibrations just stopped for now, but the digital waves are still as intense as ever. There's something big brewing in there. As I suspected earlier, they're coming from that old vacuum computer inside the wall. The digital waves are just gushing out of there from the old intranet lines that the computer is hooked up to. So much so, in fact, that they're forming a cybernetic ley line, a digital line of sorts. If things persist, it's only a matter of time before its effects are felt in the real world. Zombie, I need you to go inside the vacuum computer and do what you can to stop it. I'm counting on you. I'm not gonna have to kill him, am I? No, it wouldn't make him do. Well, oh, I'm coming up from this stream. What's going on with Pete? I only wonder. Well, I'm cutting. Okay. Oh. Why? Why do you have to know who I really am? No response. Let's find Pete. Let's, This is a big area. A lot of different ways to go, too. Oh, boy. Well, let me start up and work my way back down. Oh, what's this? Nakano Broadway Construction, Part 1. Construction plans for Nakano Broadway, hereby abbreviated as NB, were announced in 1959. Ultimately taking 7 years to complete. The reason for the lengthy duration was due to a major issue that routinely manifested throughout the process. During land leveling, underground water leaked, resulting in an immediate halt to any and all work within the area. A large lake formed, and the site was left alone for a long time. Mysteriously, large fish appeared en masse, attracting fishermen. Records also indicate people bathed there in large numbers and that a child at one point drowned in the lake. Something terrible happened. A strange Digimon appeared in the middle of my bed. It was so cold in there. Even when I tried calling out for help, nobody came for me. But these two detectives eventually showed up. Kyoko and Zombie. Zombie asked me who I was, but I said I didn't know. So Kyoko gave me a name. She decided to call me Pete, because I'm some kind of time capsule. Yep, Pete, that's my name. It made me so happy to have one. Names really are special things to have. But that was only part 1. There must be more parts to this story. This is down, and that's also down this way. Here. Oh, part 2. No blueprints exist for NB. 1961 saw the Japanese government commence its income doubling plan in order to re-energize the post-war economy. In tandem with unemployment policies, public works projects flooded the country, with major construction companies allotted huge budgets. Around 1962, one such project, the main route for the Shudo Expressway, was completed ahead of schedule. It was at that point that attention turned back towards NB. All the laborers and resources were funneled into the area from central Tokyo, at which point work on the building commenced in earnest. It's likely there wasn't time to even think of preparing proper blueprints for NB at that stage. Yoshida really likes this girl named Yumi Yuki. He always sits on He always sits me on his lap and tells me all about her. Everything is perfect about her, he says. Her singing, her dancing, her looks, everything. He says she's one in a million among idols. I can't do any of those things. I can't sing and I can't dance, but what I can do is curl up and fall asleep on Yoshida's laps. I love doing that. I also just love hearing Yoshida talk to me so happily. Weird. Okay, some restraint chips. I gotta find part 3. This place is so damn big. Nope, nothing here. Oh, I see something. How do we get down there? Oh, there's something here. Part 3. With no blueprints to draw upon, concrete was poured and rebar was erected tailored to the land around the site. When construction was completed 4 years later, the final building had 3 underground floors as well as 10 floors above ground. East Asia's greatest commercial building was therefore constructed a little more than sheer willpower. However, this came at a cost to some aspects of NP's integrity. The escalator, for instance, only connects the first 3 floors. Most of the underground floors have also gone unused in the ensuing years. Such quirks are a direct result of the circumstances surrounding the building's inception. Yoshida told me once that he and his son have been to a World's Fair once. He said that the line to see the moon rocks was really long, so long that it made them tired, but he said his son still had a good time. People also call Yoshida Chief Mizushima. His full name is Yoshida Mizushima. Yoshida is a big, important man in the computer room. He doesn't get to go out with his son much. He's glad they got to see the World's Fair. I wish I could have seen the World's Fair with Yoshida too, but he and I are always together in the computer room. So that's okay. I'm content. Okay, another keyword. No, escape gates. This game's totally different when you have the ability to, like, not encounter random Digimon fights. I keep getting distracted looking at Mastemon's design. It's so cool. Like the whole half black, half white, pink detailing on the black side, blue detailing on the white side, or purple I guess that would be. And then if you look in the middle parts that like join the two, there's yellow detailing, like on her back and the stripes on her waist. Kudos whoever designed her. And I think she's new. Like, this game is what she was introduced in. Like, she doesn't exist in any other fiction at this point. Except I think she's also in that new Digimon game coming out in Japan. What the hell is it called? I don't remember the name of it. Oh. In most cases, large commercial buildings are run by their owners who control everything from PR to tenants and internal bylaws. BW has an exception to that rule. From the very start, shop and residential spaces were sold piecemeal. People who brought their real estate inside the building were then free to utilize it however they pleased. Because of this, soon after NB opened, shop owners and restaurants started remodeling work on their respective stores and apartments. In the end, this meant the formal blueprints for NB weren't drafted until 8 years after the building was originally completed. Even in those early days, the building's layout had become too unwieldy for anyone to fully grasp at that stage. Yoshida always has me sitting on his lap, petting my head all nice and gently. I love Yoshida. Yoshida always calls me Miko. Miko is a girl's name, but Yoshida gave it to me, so I love it. What is happening in this weird plot? I was already there, right? Yeah. Are there any other areas with pads that I can go through? Oh, here, there's one I walked right by. I still haven't actually found what's-his-face in all of it. Wait, I can go down from here or up? There's more data over there. What's this? Stranger. Okay. The basement of Broadway once housed a vacuum tube computer within its walls. It had been brought into the building after the end of World War II by war criminals who evaded arrest, shielded from the prying eyes of MacArthur's GHQ. The vacuum tube computer's purpose in those days remains a mystery. It's possible it could have been utilized for such things as mathematical computations or code breaking, but such speculation is unconfirmed. As time went on, there was eventually nobody left to carry on the original purpose set forth for the terminal. At that point, the computer was apparently buried inside a wall somewhere. It's dark in here. All dark, I can't see a thing. I'm okay being in the dark, I'm not scared of it or anything, but it's never been this dark before. Yoshido's not here, I don't even smell him. I can't go back outside. Yoshido, where are you? Yoshido. Yoshido. Please sit me on your lap and pat my head again. Wait, Digimon weren't a physical manifestation in the world until like recently with the stuff that's going on in this game. So was he an actual cat then? Yoshido, Yoshido, Yoshito. Now you know who I really am. I'm... So it's begun. Though I have to say this is a bit more than what I bargained for. If this keeps up, the building's going to collapse for sure. That'd be bad. Who am I? Somebody, anybody, tell me. Do I gotta find you now? Hey! Ooh, Black King Numamon. No, you're not worth it. Goodbye. Even though that's a rare enemy, I think. Some security turning off like that. No, he's not here. Where the hell is he? Oh! I didn't even see him. My guys were like eclipsing him. They were so large. Whoops. I'm not gonna have to fight him, right? Please, who am I? You are Miko. Yeah, that's right. My name is Miko. Yoshido is my friend. Pete is your friend. Yoshido's calling out for me. He's been looking for me this whole time. He found me. Yoshido. Whew, looks like the tremors have stopped, just in the nick of time, too. That's my assistant for you. You've done well. Now I don't have to worry about any broken coffee cups. Miko! Miko, it's really you! Yoshido, I'm so sorry. You've been waiting for me for so long. I'm the one who should be apologizing here, Miko. I'm the one who left you alone this whole time. I'm so sorry, my friend. No, it's okay, really. You don't have to be sorry. I know you've been waiting for me since the day you had to go. Oh, Miko. Thank you. If it wasn't for you, I'd never have lived to see Miko with my own eyes again. I should probably explain. You see, back when the vacuum computer room was still around, I lived here in this building away from my family. The computer room was where I used to work. The only family I ever had with me there that whole time was Miko here. I talked with Miko about everything there, my memories of my family, Fuyumi Yuki, anything to help keep my loneliness at bay in there. He would join me in the computer room, and we spent many, many hours together over the years. Eventually, they closed down the room and sealed the whole thing off with a thick wall, like it was never there to begin with. It was around that time I lost Miko, too. I couldn't find him wherever I looked. I had a bad feeling about where he might have ended up and came back here who knows how many times to rescue him. But in the end, I couldn't do anything for him. I gave up and over time nearly forgot about him. Before I knew it, it had been decades since we'd last been together. I can't thank you enough for making this happen. We couldn't have been reunited without you, kid. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now we can go back to living together again. Thank you. I'll never ever forget this forget this day. Happy ending! Nice see. Nice work. I can only imagine how hard it was, but you really did a good job. So our Pete was actually a cat named Miko, sealed deep inside a wall along with that old vacuum tube computer from the American occupation days. And somehow, using the building's intranet, or rather the power of its ley line, he merged with the computer and became a Digimon. That's fucked up. The cat got trapped inside? That old cat's had a hell of a life, wouldn't you agree, Zombie? We can't say for sure what the actual assimilation process entailed, but at this point, we know better than to doubt it happened. It's amazing just how much and how little the digital and real worlds have siphoned off from one another. I imagine the reason Pete showed up again after all those years is because of the digital wave abnormalities we've seen. But you know, there's still one thing about the whole story that bugs me a little. You mentioned towards the end, old man Mitsujima said now we can go back to living together again, right? What do you think he meant by that? Not only that, but in the case you solved earlier where he was the one behind the urban legends, how did he keep breaking into the building? Let's assume for the sake of argument that he somehow had access to an entrance that let him come and go at the timing he did. If he'd physically been getting into the building so much that way that he was being reported, you'd think something would have gone differently. Got any things you'd like to propose? Yoshido Mitsujima. If we looked into his backstory, we might be able to find our answers pretty easily. What do you think? Should we dig a little more? Please leave us be. Don't go looking for us. That's understandable. Then it's probably best that we do indeed let sleeping dogs lie. Alternatively, we could tell the occult kids. We could let the occult kids know about this. I bet they'd have a real field day going after it. I mean, they came face to face with the real. You know what? Nah, let's keep it to ourselves. Not all the mysteries in this world need to be solved. The kind of Broadway brings many things together. The spirit world and the world of the living, the normal and the surreal, the physical and the digital. Truly, nothing is impossible in this crazy hole in the wall we call home. So was he a ghost? Oh, I feel like sad now. Oh man, I'm like actually sad. I don't know why, that was a happy ending. Either way, this episode's been long enough. So, thanks for joining me. Get back, I'll have the next stuff up real soon, but until then, bye.